I know. Minecraft isn't a roguelike. In fact, I don't even want to. I've actually seen that argument a couple times. I really don't want to go down that path, okay? But I do love Minecraft. I actually am a huge fan. I like playing the game. I like exploring in it, playing with others, etc. So I've actually got a SMP server, a community server called the B-Side. We finished season 1. We're now just going to doing stuff in 1.17, but soon we'll be launching season 2, and I decided to pull together a fun mod pack for us that allow a sort of vanilla-ish experience for those who want to have that, and add some variety for those who want more than just that. I'm not going to walk through every single mod. There are many things like biome generators and inventory controls that will just make sense when you see it, but I want to point out some of the things you might not notice that are there on your own if someone doesn't point out to you. So I'm going to be that guy then pointing them out to you. So I'll also link to the B-Side mod pack and Discord in the description just in case you want to check it out. Then you can check it out. Or if you want to join the B-Side, you can do that as well. More than welcome to join. First things first, when you load in, aside from being in a village, which is nice, you'll be forced to pick an origin. This allows you to pick some special traits or characteristics which can slightly or significantly alter your character. And if this isn't to your liking, though, just pick human and we'll move on then. Once you're done with that and you're in the spawn village, no messing with the spawn village, please, because I can quickly roll it back, all right. Head to your inventory and click on the book icon in the top left corner. These are some quests that I've set up, which, along with this guide, is meant to help you find the more hidden parts of the mod pack. It'll just point you towards things to craft and allow you to explore the rest on your own, effectively. Okay. With that out of the way, let's start covering some of the quality of life and simply fun parts of the mod pack. Right away, you'll notice the HUD is a little bit different. This is via a mod called RPG HUD. It's strictly voluntary, actually. Mess with the settings all you like from the pause menu, which the RPG HUD button will be in the top right-hand corner of your screen. If you want it to be all vanilla, just go into each menu section and turn on vanilla rendering, or frankly, just remove the mod from your profile folder. It's a client-side only menu, so it's okay to remove that one. Don't do that with any of the others, or most of the others, but that one's okay to remove. Next, there's a chance that killing an animal will drop their head that you can collect or wear if you like, or sell to others who've got to collect them all. And yes, this does include player heads as well, although for players, it's a 100% chance their head will drop. Now, PvP is strictly voluntary, so make sure you have permission. You've agreed that, yes, we can be on PvP terms with each other before you go chopping someone's head off. If you do end up dying, either to a mob or to another player, your items will not just explode around you. Instead, your stuff will be placed into a grave at your place of death. You'll respawn with a death certificate telling you the coordinates of your death, which will help you find your way back. Just break the gravestone and you can retrieve your stuff. And if you've got the Traveler's Backpack, you'll actually see that sitting next to your gravesite as well. Now, you might notice as you go around, some of the mobs have hats on them. There are over 400 hats that mobs can be wearing. Kill that mob and you get their hat, which you can put on your head. The default key binding for the hat menu is H, which you can rebind if you like. So just hit that to see what you have and pick which one you want to wear. In the inventory menu, you'll notice that just enough items has been installed, which is really standard for any mod pack. A helpful tip here, when inspecting an item or entity, there's text in blue that'll tell you the mod pack that provided the item or entity. Just search JEI for everything in that mod pack by putting an @ symbol in front of your search. A cool tip, and it's helpful for trying to help find craftable building items, which is what we're actually going to talk about next, specifically around building. We have a lot of building mods installed. Most notably, Chisel Bits is installed. I'm not going to go into detail here, but fortunately there are YouTube videos out there. I'll link to one of them in the description you can check out. Just give it a search or click that one. Start messing around with it. After all, you build yourself your first chisel. It's pretty cool, and you can really transform your builds to look any way that you'd like. Aside from that, there are bridges that you can construct, as well as a whole slew of furniture options for you, courtesy of Macaw's Bridges and McCrayfish's furniture mods. One interesting piece of furniture are in the form of storage drawers. These work by allowing you to have stacks of individual items per drawer, which you can click on to add or remove items from storage. It's a clear way of organizing your high-volume storage items. You can craft a lot of custom banners now as well, so long as you find a loom, and any banner can be dropped into a bed as a bedspread. Pretty cool if you want to do some interior decoration. Speaking of interiors, there's botany pots, which adds the ability to farm indoors if you'd like. Just put some dirt into a botany pot or whatever you like. Plant your seeds like you do outdoors. Hit it with bone meal, whatever you like, done and done. You'll watch it grow. And on the topic of decorating as well, sometimes you just want to redecorate. If you shift and right click, you can pick up entities and just move them around. which is most useful for relocating a chest in your base without having to unload it, break it, and replace it somewhere. And yes, you can also pick up mobs and making the transport of animals to your farm significantly easier, or stacking mobs if you so choose. Finally, you're going to want to protect your build you craft by crafting yourself a claim chunk. When you place this down, you literally claim the chunk that the block is in, and nobody else can build on your claim. At launch, you can claim up to 16 chunks. We can increase that if needed during the season. Okay, on to inventory management. Just a lot of fun quality of life pieces here. Can't find an item in your chest monster? Just find the item in JEI or your inventory, press Y, and have the game show you where it's located, provided that it's close by in a chest. There's also now a trash slot in your inventory, which can show up and hide with T by default. Armor also has this fun feature where you click on the button in the bottom left of your character display and open the cosmetic armor area. This allows you to have different set of armor for protection and for display, so you can wear cool dyed leather armor while still having that nice netherite enchanted gear on. This even allows you to not have any armor covering that beautiful skin you've worked so hard on. Want to look like you have gold armor but actually be wearing netherite? Well, you can do that as well. Once you get into late game and you get a shulker box, you can just hold it and right click to open it right within your inventory. No need to constantly place it down, open it up, move items, and break it and pick it back up again. And finally, traveler's backpacks have been added. I mentioned these earlier. This is a wearable backpack, which you can equip in the curio slot from your inventory, and you can access at any point by pressing B. In your backpack, there are various slots. You have blue slots for your standard base inventory, where you can store your items. Green slots accept only tools, and they have a special inventory action to access those tools, where you hold down Z and you scroll up or down to scroll through the tools in this slot. Brown slots give you an additional crafting grid on the go. Buckets also accept all the fluid containers and potions you might have. You can keep, water on one side and lava on the other. At night, you can place your backpack on the ground and hit the sleeping bag button. The sleeping bag will not set your spawn, so it's great for sleeping on the go. Oh, and also only 25% of the server needs to be sleeping for it to cycle from night to day. All right. On to some mods that are really handy for exploration. One of the first things you're going to want to craft is an antique atlas. Now, yes, you can install your own client-side mapping tool, but I hope you don't and you use the antique atlas because it keeps us all in the same playing field, in the spirit of the B-side. Craft this atlas, open it up, and rename it on an anvil if you don't like map 1 or whatever. You can place waypoints. It's not intrusive at all, as it's an item that you have to carry around, but it is something that you can get a full map out of it by clicking. You can scroll around. I do like the style and aesthetic that it brings. It's very useful for just not getting lost, and it also then doesn't spoil taking away from the vanilla exploration experience. All right, now that you can track where you came from, how about exploring new biomes? There are a lot of biomes, thanks to the biomes you'll go. Craft yourself a nature's compass. Search for the biome you want to find, and it will help to lead you there. And don't worry about getting lost, too, because you're going to be sure to come across some waystones along the way. Just right-click to activate a waystone. Now, it does cost XP to travel between them, but they are very handy for getting back to places you've already been. Now, you can craft waystones for yourself, or you can actually craft consumable scrolls to get to either the nearest or specific waystones, depending on which scroll you craft. And want to travel free between two frequently visited places, like say you've got an industrial area and your home, or someone's base you like to visit a lot, you can craft some warp plates. These are free. Now, after crafting, you take the core of a plate and put it into the core slot of another plate. And then you're swapping those cores with each other, which then links those two warp plates together. And then you don't have to worry about traveling between those two locations. A little bit more work, but then gives you that free travel. And there's lots to explore thanks to Dungeon Crawl, which is a true RPG-style dungeon crawl to get more and more difficult enemies and better loot. Oh, and you see those fancy chests there? Those are looter chests. No need to split the loot anymore. Everyone who opens up a chest gets their own set of loot. Hooray! You'll even find non-craftable loot courtesy of Minecraft Dungeons style loot. They are rare and very powerful stuff. I'm sure someone could set up a dungeon loot shop and make bank at that if they really wanted to. And for getting around, one more thing. Craft yourself a paraglider. Fans of Breath of the Wild will be familiar with this one. Just a note, when the stamina runs out, you'll drop, so be careful to not glide for too long or for too high. You can always just switch your inventory item off the glider and then back on again. You won't take fall damage so long as you open the paraglider back up again before you hit the ground. And immersive portals is also installed. So you'll see for yourself when you craft another portal, it allows you to seamlessly transport between the overworld and the nether as they should. It's really great, something that I honestly wish was just in vanilla Minecraft because it's such a cool effect. And I love being able just to hop between the two worlds. The last section is on some food and animal mods. Fishing got the biggest overhaul in this pack. We have the custom fishing rods, fish hooks, tackle boxes, worm farms, fish traps, and that all comes for courtesy of 2 different mods. We have Aquaculture 2 and fish traps. That'll be very nice, especially if you pick that Merling origin and you're in the sea. You can be sure to get lots of loot and lots of fish just being underwater there. And finally, hamburgers. Honestly, best food in the game. Someone set up a burger shop, all right? It's gonna be great. All right, that about does it. I'm excited to start Season 2. We'll be starting here in just a couple of weeks. And we're always open for anyone else to join as well, so if you're watching this a little bit later, please do still stop on by. If we're not in Season 2, we'll be on to Season 3 and beyond as well. But I definitely enjoy you watching, and I look forward to playing Season 2 with you. Bye-bye.